The Ford Bronco has long been a fan favorite for its rugged design, amazing off-road capability, and nostalgic charm. No matter if you're off the trail or cruising city streets, Ford has equipped the Bronco with gear to satisfy every driver. Yet the Bronco isn't perfect, and the few hidden drawbacks may catch you off guard. So stay with us until the end as we explore the 2025 Ford Bronco, an honest assessment of its pros and cons. Let's start by exploring the pros of this impressive midsize truck and discover what makes the Ford Bronco a worthy contender. Number 5. Loads of configurations for every need. The Bronco stands out with its abundance of customization options and packages to cater to a wide array of usage scenarios. Buyers can pick between 2- and 4-door models, multiple roof types, and various trims focused on anything from casual adventure touring to serious off-roading. If you're interested in a basic setup or desire high-performance off-road hardware, there's a Bronco spec just for you. The Bronco's broad selection of accessories like removable doors, modular bumpers, and specialized storage solutions further expands its capabilities. Simply put, you can tailor the Bronco to match your exact vision, whether that's a rock-crawling beast or a cozy daily driver with a hint of wilderness flair. Number 4. Excellent off-road capabilities. Ford engineered the Bronco to rival longtime contenders such as the Jeep Wrangler in tackling challenging terrains. Ground clearance is generous, the suspension is specially tuned to absorb rough obstacles, and advanced aids like Trail Turn Assist help you navigate tight turns. Additionally, the Bronco offers several engine choices, including a 300 horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder and a Burley turbocharged V6, blasting 330 horsepower, both of which deliver robust torque for off-road adventures. But hey, if you need more power, the Bronco Raptor has 418 horsepower. Many Bronco variants come standard with 4-wheel drive, a must-have for serious trail exploration. Opting for higher trims or packages, such as the Sasquatch kit, bolsters your off-road repertoire with premium shocks, larger all-terrain tires, and front-rear locking differentials. In case you like scaling rock ledges or blasting across desert sands, the Bronco's hardware is tough enough to keep pace with most specialty off-roaders on the market. Number 3. Surprisingly comfortable ride. Despite old-school rugged design, the Bronco offers a more comfortable drive on pavement than one might expect. Steering is relatively direct thanks to an independent front suspension, which lends stability and ease of control at highway speeds. The cabin seat design and layout also help reduce driver fatigue during long trips, making the Bronco viable as a daily commuter for many owners. While you won't mistake it for a plush crossover, Ford's efforts in noise insulation, improved suspension, geometry, and user-friendly ergonomics ensure the Bronco remains a tolerable companion on mundane errands and daily tasks. For those who want off-road chops but need to handle city commutes, this balanced approach can be a game changer. Number 2. Tech-forward interior and infotainment. Stepping into the Bronco's cabin reveals a host of modern conveniences that contrast sharply with its old-school boxy exterior. The centerpiece is an infotainment system featuring a responsive touchscreen and an intuitive menu layout, designed to streamline everything from music selections to route planning. This system often supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly, enabling you to pair your smartphone without fumbling for cables. Even with all this technology, the Bronco retains a purposeful aesthetic. Its dashboard is uncluttered, largely thanks to the minimal intrusion of switches or buttons that can sometimes overwhelm other off-road SUVs. Ford also integrates helpful safety and convenience features that cater to both novices and seasoned adventurers. A 360-degree camera system offers comprehensive visibility around the truck, allowing you to spot obstacles when crawling over rocks or parking in tight urban spots. Additionally, off-road specific displays track metrics like pitch, roll, and wheel articulation, all displayed prominently so that you can keep your attention on tricky terrain. The large rubberized controls on the dash are well spaced, making it straightforward to adjust critical settings even when wearing gloves. A thoughtful touch for those who might be tackling muddy trails or cold weather outings with the Bronco's doors and roof removed. Overall, if you're seeking an SUV that balances user-friendly tech with a nod to rugged styling, the Bronco's interior is difficult to fault. Number 1. Unmatched open-air experience. Arguably, the Bronco's most captivating quality is the removable roof and doors, a heritage-inspired feature that sets it apart from the pack. Thanks to a series of quick-release latches and modular components, you can easily shed the top panels or entire roof, as well as any combination of the 4 doors to embrace nature in all its splendor. This design goes beyond mere style. It's about forging a visceral connection to your surroundings. Whether you're cruising along coastal highways with the wind in your hair or navigating scenic desert trails under an unobstructed sky, the Bronco's open-air capability delivers a unique sense of freedom. Because you can choose how much of the vehicle you'd like to strip down, each outing can be tailor-made to your preference. Want the sun overhead but the doors on for safety? No problem. Eager for a fully immersive outdoor driving session? Detach everything and feel the breeze. Few modern SUVs come close to matching this level of adaptable design. In a market where many adventure vehicles only offer superficial styling cues, the Bronco's dedication to providing a true open-air experience cements its status as an iconic off-roader for thrill seekers and casual explorers alike. Now we've covered the pros, but the Bronco is far from perfect. Here are the 5 cons you didn't expect. Number 5. Mediocre fuel economy. Though off-road prowess typically comes at the expense of efficient fuel consumption, some Bronco owners may be disillusioned by its real-world MPG. On paper, the smaller turbocharged engines promise reasonable figures, yet actual results can dip lower than anticipated, especially with larger tires or aggressive driving. Competitors that focus more on on-road dynamics sometimes have better mileage, meaning long commutes or frequent highway trips could inflict a noticeable dent in your wallet. If maximizing range is high on your priority list, the Bronco's thirst may give you pause. Number 4. Noticeable wind and road noise. The Bronco's upright windshield, open-air potential, and chunky tires create a perfect recipe for a noisy cabin at higher speeds. Even with the hardtop installed, wind intrusion can be louder compared to sleeker SUVs. Those who prioritize a hushed interior may find the racket tiresome over extended highway travel. Though some fixes exist, like insulating accessories or sticking to more road-friendly tires, reducing the noise often requires aftermarket tweaks or compromises. Be prepared to crank up your stereo or your conversation volume, especially on windy days or rough pavement. Number 3. Extended braking distances. Fitting the Bronco with big all-terrain or mud tires can impact more than just MPG and road noise. It can also lengthen braking distances. During emergency stops, the Bronco may need extra feet to come to a halt compared to smaller, road-focused SUVs. This reality may be acceptable for those accustomed to off-road-oriented vehicles, but for new buyers expecting the stopping power of a more standard SUV, it can be unsettling. Opting for less aggressive tires can alleviate some of these issues. Nonetheless, if you frequently drive in congested cities or rely heavily on fast reflex braking, anticipate a learning curve until you adjust to the Bronco's stopping behavior. Number 2. Towing capabilities may fall short. When it comes to hauling significant loads, the Bronco's towing capability, peaking at around 3,500 pounds, doesn't always satisfy drivers with heavier trailers or boats. While this figure might be enough for a lightweight camper or a small utility trailer, it can prove limiting if you're accustomed to larger SUVs or mid-sized trucks that offer higher tow ratings. For example, vehicles like the Toyota 4Runner or the Jeep Grand Cherokee often provide a bit more pulling power, appealing to buyers who prioritize hauling as a regular part of their routine. Those who need an SUV primarily for towing might find themselves questioning whether the Bronco's adventurous spirit outweighs its relatively modest capacity. Towing heavier loads could demand aftermarket enhancements, such as upgraded hitches, additional cooling systems, or specialized suspension modifications. These changes not only add complexity, but can also drive up expenses. As a result, buyers looking for a vehicle that effortlessly combines off-road fun with high towing thresholds may need to explore other options. Ultimately, if the Bronco's rugged charm still entices you, it's important to assess your towing needs realistically and consider whether its factory limits align with your lifestyle. Number 1. Cabin rattles and draft. Another aspect to keep in mind is the Bronco's distinctive open-air design, which can lead to increased cabin noise and sporadic rattles. Since the Bronco allows for removing doors and roof panels, it inherently has more points where air, dust, or water could slip through, and components can shake or vibrate when traveling on rough terrain. Many Bronco enthusiasts embrace these minor irritants as part of the authentic off-road experience. After all, the ability to strip the Bronco down for an immersive ride is one of its signature draws. However, if you envision a fully sealed, whisper-quiet SUV, the Bronco might fall short of these expectations. Owners may need to periodically re-tighten panels or apply additional insulation materials to combat rattles that arise from unpaved trails or the typical wear and tear of frequent panel removal. Although these measures can mitigate some noise and vibration, the Bronco's inherently modular nature keeps it from achieving the same hushed cabin as more conventional SUVs. For buyers who revel in the Bronco's freedom and off-road lineage, a few creaks and drafts may seem like a reasonable trade-off. But for those who prioritize near-silent interiors, this trait could become a huge drawback.